Yo, howdy hey, howdy ho. How about we get on with this damn show? Hello and greetings, people of the internet. Welcome to Stories from the Void with me, Commander Booskaboo, or CB for short. Anyway, how about some stories from Reddit, r/TIFU in particular. Today, I fucked up. First story up. Today I fucked up by eating Wingstop after anal the night before Easter. I guess technically this was yesterday/last night, but oh am I feeling the F up this morning. So, yesterday I tried anal again for the first time in like 5 years with my spouse. Don't know what spurred it, but it was my sudden idea in the heat of the moment, and all was mostly fine, besides the normal soreness. I should mention here that we are having Easter lunch at our home today, so we spent the majority of yesterday cleaning and prepping.
And obviously being horny bastards.
Naturally, I did not want to cook dinner after all that and thought Wingstop sounded great, and it totally was at that moment. Anyways, I planned to wake up early this morning and start on the cooking. What I did not plan for was waking up at 4 a.m., sweating and sprinting to the toilet until I remembered this explosive diarrhea I could have handled. I was not prepared for the fiery hell that is now my butthole. I legitimately almost vomited from the unexpected pain. What would have been some normal soreness is now what I would expect childbirth from your asshole would feel like. It hurts to walk. I want to call my mom and ask her for help preparing the food, but I can't even bring myself to make up an excuse. TLDR, I had spontaneous anal with my spouse yesterday. Decided to have Wingstop for dinner, and now can barely walk or sit to prepare Easter lunch for my family and friends. Update. Holy shit. Okay, I haven't even read all of the comments yet. I got everyone fed. I wrote this on the toilet this morning and then forgot about it. I was tired and in pain and didn't see an end in sight at that time. Some flushable wipes and time was all I needed. I'm currently putting off a visit to a GI specialist due to probable celiac disease, so it wasn't Wingstop's fault. I'm simply an idiot. I wanted to address a few things that seem to come up a lot. I am actually a female. But thank you for the concern for my prostate. I do have a bidet attachment, but it scares me. I appreciate the concern for my sex life. I definitely learned some tips and tricks for next time. My husband and I are planning on reading all of these comments later to laugh. Some of you are comedic fucking geniuses. Well, OP, nothing like pooping some fire out after some anal, I guess, huh? Sounds like you got you some lava butt. And how about we get a few comments in? Brain-eating alien. Hi, Ma. Last night I got railed in the ass and ate spicy wings after. It was hot in the moment, pun intended, but now I have the ring of fire. Can you come cook so I can sit in a bathtub full of ice to cool my tush? Thanks! Whose mom wouldn't want to help after that? DOP. BRB. Gonna copy and paste this in a text to her. JK. I'm dying laughing at the thought of my religious mother ever reading those words in her life. Weekly Reputation 482. Plus side. You probably won't have to prep dinner for mom. Skag McMuffin. She needs prep H. Yogi 118. Maybe also some Tylenol BM. Good stuff, people, good stuff. And up next. Today I fucked up by sending my hookup into a panic attack by whipping it out. Obligatory, this actually happened about 4 days ago. I, 20 male, recently gone back into online dating, mainly out of boredom and a lack of new people in my life. However, I will not lie. I am simply using the apps to get laid. On account, I am nothing more than a man, a horny young man, to be exact. I matched with this woman who was 27 years old, and in her bio, she said she was looking for
something casual.
Naturally, I asked her how casual of a relationship she was looking for, and within 24 messages, we agreed on hooking up. Unfortunately, I did not have a place to take her back to, so we agreed on car sex. It is now 1 a.m. and I've finally picked her up and drove around for a bit. We talked and cruised around the neighborhood until we found a dark dead end and began making out. We get a little handsy, but nothing too intense until she stops me and tells me,
I haven't had sex in 2 years.
Obviously, there is nothing wrong with that. So I assure her we can ease into it and take our time. We get back to eating each other's faces and she begins to straddle me. She's grinding on me and I'm just kind of existing. And then she hops off. She looks at me and says,
Alright, take it out.
Being extraordinarily excited to rail this stranger, I whip my dick out and hear her gasp. And oh my god, was that an ego boost? Or was an ego boost? The overwhelming confidence died as soon as I finally looked at her and saw she was gasping for air, clenching her fist and shaking. All I can hear her mutter is,
I can't breathe.
not gonna lie, it took me a minute to remember to put my dick away. But immediately after doing so, I began to comfort her and tell her we didn't have to do anything. We ended up getting gas station sodas and driving around for a bit more to get her to calm down. Went home and deleted Bumble. TLDR, I ruined my hookup because I caused a panic attack. Edited version. My Bumble date showed signs of intense sexual trauma, so instead of doing the deed, we got drinks and drove her home. Update. To answer questions that are being asked, I'd like to address a few. 1. She has my number. I did not ghost her. She told me she might text me if she feels comfortable enough to. 2. I deleted Bumble on account of a series of interactions that made the app uncomfortable, including meeting a convicted rapist, getting stalked, and having a low like ratio. 3. If she ever reaches out, more than likely she will not as life goes on. I will let y'all know. Damn, OP, what did you whip out? What are you, King Salami over there? Sounds like you traumatized that poor lady with your man meat.
Next.
Today I fucked up hooking up with a woman whose roommate hated me. Last night I showed up at a woman's flat to hook up. I'm gonna call her
Penelope.
because she looked like a Penelope, and I want to avoid referring to her as woman for the rest of the story. Penelope and I matched on Tinder a few days ago. Our online communication revealed that both of us experienced an unpleasant breakup recently. We made a pact to forget about our exes and just enjoy each other with no strings attached. So, there I was, knocking on the door of Penelope's flat when a man who kind of looked like Josh Brolin answered the door. He introduced himself as Penelope's husband before asking me how old I was. I said 23. He shook his head and said,
Even younger than the previous guy.
Penelope appeared moments later and practically pushed the husband out of the way. She apologized on the husband's behalf and said he was her soon-to-be ex-husband, who was now nothing more than an annoying roommate until she's financially secure enough to move out. Penelope grabbed my arm and whisked me away to the bedroom. I asked if it was appropriate to sleep together with her ex in the flat. She said her ex was not going to be a problem. She was wrong. He was a big problem for my peace of mind and not to mention my erection. I struggled to get it up when Penelope was going down on me because I could hear her ex yelling in the background. I think he was playing online games and communicating with other players. All I heard was F-bombs and death threats. I couldn't help but feel like he was low-key trying to intimidate me. I decided to go down on Penelope to see if burying my face between her legs would distract me from her disruptive ex. It was working. I actually managed to get hard in the process. However, as we prepared for penetration, the ex knocked on the door and informed Penelope that her dad was there. Penelope got out of bed and got dressed. I followed her lead and asked if I should leave. She advised me not to leave the room until she returned. An argument erupted between Penelope and her ex as soon as she was on the other side of the door. Based on what I heard, Penelope had no idea her ex made plans to spend time with her dad. The dad assured Penelope that he only agreed to have one beer with his son-in-law. The son-in-law apologized to the dad for the tension in the atmosphere and asked Penelope if she was going to introduce her father to the young man in her bed. At that moment, I stopped eavesdropping and backed away from the door like the stampede in Jumanji was approaching. Penelope opened the door a few minutes later and explained the situation. She said her ex used her dad to sabotage her time with me and to create an awkward environment. I assumed Penelope was going to ask me to leave, but she did the opposite. She invited me to have a beer with her ex and her dad. She said the two of us had nothing to be ashamed of, so why not? Not gonna lie, I would have preferred going home, but I got the feeling that the beer thing was some kind of reverse psychology power move for Penelope, and I didn't want to abandon her, especially if she was willing to sleep with me. I finished my beer as fast as possible and called it a night. Based on the intense eye contact and uncomfortable silences, it was clear that the ex-husband and the dad wanted me gone. Penelope unexpectedly kissed me and squeezed my butt after her ex and her dad refused to respond to me when I said goodbye to them. I appreciate what she did now that I'm somewhere safe, but I was terrified of physically getting thrown out of the flat when that happened. LOL. I think I'm done hooking up with random people on the internet for the time being. TLDR, matched with a woman on Tinder, showed up at her flat to hook up. Little did I know that her roommate was her soon-to-be ex-husband and a villain who had plans to get rid of me. Well, OP, you're still here, so obviously Josh Brolin didn't snap you out of existence. So congratulations. Well, there you have it, folks. That's TIFU for today. I do hope you found it entertaining, relatable, and maybe even a cautionary tale. Remember, we all fuck up from time to time, but it's how we learn and grow from them. And that's all that really matters at the end of the day. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Please leave a like, a comment, and if you are so inclined, consider subscribing. The spaceman here is trying to grow. Thank you very much, everybody. CB signing off. 07.